Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the biggest hidden cost for self-published indie authors. And without any further ado, let's dive right into it. So, first of all, if you're looking for a strong launch for your book, then one thing that you have to pay attention to is reviews. Reviews of your book, of your writing on Amazon listing and on your Goodreads page, and if possible, also on various social media such as YouTube, Instagram, etc. Now, what happens is the initial burst of sales. It comes from friends, family, close acquaintances, and usually what happens is they buy the book out of goodwill, and they may or may not read it, and even if they do read it, they may not end up going back to your Amazon or your Goodreads and giving you a review. And that's what naturally happens because they are this is not their day job, this is not something they do for a living. They're just trying to do their best, to support you, and that's why they have maybe bought your book, and maybe that's why they have read it or not read it. But net what happens is you do not have enough reviews of your book. Now, why reviews are important? This is the digital age. Everything, there are too many options for everything, whether it is a book or even a camera or a phone. And the first thing that we do when we are thinking of purchasing something of a particular brand or of a particular author is that we go for reviews, because reviews tell us how the product is. So when you have enough reviews for your book on Amazon and Goodreads as well, you're helping the prospective reader to figure out whether your book or your writing, or if you are the right kind of author for his or her taste. So this is where reviews are very important. Now, since it is difficult to get a lot of reviews from your friends, family and close acquaintances, what happens is you enlist, or you get into a sort of an agreement with a lot of book reviewers. So these reviewers have strong following on Instagram, YouTube, etc. It is their professional job, or their, let's say, their side hustle, that they, in exchange for a review fee, they agree to read a book, and then they give their honest opinion, because the good ones are reading a lot of books throughout the year. Therefore they have accumulated a lot of authority, a lot of clout, and therefore a lot of followers. Therefore good book reviewers, when they give a strong recommendation for a book, or a strong thumbs up to a book, it generally helps boost the goodwill or the PR for the book and the author as well. Therefore it is important to also think of, close to the launch or probably just after the launch, to think of who are the reviewers who are going to help me and my book get out in the world and reach more people. And therefore it's the biggest hidden cost that I am going to talk about. Now, there are good reviewers and there are bad reviewers. The good ones generally come from upwards of 500, 700, and it goes on. The highest that I have seen is somebody on YouTube with a lot of followers, not now, but in 2021 when I published a different book. The highest I have seen it go up for a mention on their channel or a review on their channel is 35,000. So, but to give you a range that is good in quality as well as pocket friendly is something I would say realistically you can start from a budget of 500 and onwards. Maybe you can stretch it up to 1,000 per book. This is just the review cost I'm talking about. So why this is the biggest hidden cost is because you're paying for what? You're paying for, first of all, the review cost. Second, you also have to make your book available to the reviewer. Mostly they ask for a paperback because most people are not very comfortable reading on a PDF or a Kindle version. Therefore, and you have to therefore bear the book cost. Now, some authors, I've seen them do it, I have not done it yet, but some authors do go an extra mile and they prepare a PR package wherein they'll order the book from Amazon to their address, and then they will have a handwritten note along with it, or custom bookmarks, a little gift or something. This is called a PR package, and then they send the whole thing via courier. So if you're thinking of doing something extra on those lines, so it's going to end up costing you even more. Now, reviews are important for your book because they keep your book listing alive on Amazon, and it keeps the momentum, it keeps the velocity going on. Therefore, it is very important to have reviews, and it's also very important to have a certain budget for reviewers, because what will happen is honestly a couple of months, 3 months after you have launched your book, what you will see is that the initial buzz that was there around your book, that has sort of started to die down, and the sales have started to die down. Therefore, in that scenario, when you have more reviews, when you have the conversation about your book, the photos of your book being posted and posted again by various reviewers on their channels, the buzz, it helps with creating a newer buzz, an ongoing buzz, and more prospective readers of your book can therefore find you. What you can do is you can have a monthly budget for your reviews, and make sure that every month you're getting at least a couple of reviews, 3-4 reviews, so that it keeps on going, and the conversation around your book does not die. And of course, you as an author will also attempt to put videos or post about it on your Instagram or on your YouTube. That helps, but also when it comes from a different person, from a third party, it gives a different kind of a credibility to it. Having said that, working with reviewers is a double-edged sword, and therefore you have to be very careful in selecting the right kind of reviewers. Another thing that you have to be very careful about is getting the right kind of reviewers, and also getting the reviews to come up at a practical speed. Otherwise, what might happen is that Amazon might delist or deplatform your book, and your book can no longer be purchased on Amazon, which is a total nightmare for any author, I believe. I have seen it happen to a very popular book and a very popular author recently. Once Amazon's systems or Amazon's AI suspects that you are using reviewers and you are using review farms or whatever to manipulate. See, there is a difference between getting genuine reviewers, getting genuine, points of views about your book and your writing on Amazon, and getting paid reviews to specifically get 4 or 5 rating. Now, when you do the latter, when you do the second one, what you're doing is review manipulation, which is strictly against the policies of Amazon. And worst case scenario, it can land you in a very bad situation where your book gets deplatformed from Amazon. And this has happened to quite a few authors abroad. There was this whole crackdown period of that Amazon did of romance authors, and its systems are now strong enough to identify review farms or people who do a kind of arrangement to manipulate reviews. And so therefore, as a new author, you have to be very careful about the kind of people you're working with, the kind of reviewers you're working with, or you can land in a very difficult scenario. I'll make a series of videos on these topics. Number one is how to choose the right reviewers. Number two is how to avoid getting accused of review manipulation on platforms like Amazon, and how to do reviews in an honest, ethical manner, because that is very important. Because if you're new, it's very important for your career. You're also trying to build your author profile, so something like this can really hurt your career. But in this video, I specifically wanted to speak to you about the biggest hidden cost, because what most new authors will assume that I have taken so and so package. I have not taken a package per se. I have taken a free version and my book is out in the world. But if you really are serious about this, and if you really want your book to be remembered month on month, year after year, then reviews can really help you do that. And therefore, the biggest hidden cost, I would say, when you're publishing a book, is the review cost. And therefore, if you budget for it very practically, prudently, and keep a little money aside every month for to keep the reviews going on, then it will not be difficult for you. So on that note, that's all for this video. And in the next video, I'll talk about the 5 safety measures that you have to keep in mind when working with book reviewers. That's all for now. Thank you.